Hello, and welcome to another edition of Drunk Myths with me, your host, Keegan Z. Today, we're talking about the creation myth, which is kind of like the Exodus for Greeks. No, Genesis. Thank you. Today's beverage of choice, sake. Salud. Spicy. I need my notes. But we're gonna do our best. So here goes. So, in the beginning of Greek creation, there was chaos, which was an empty void, and yet simultaneously something. The Greeks like to personify everything, so even the nothing was something. Anyway, I digress. In the beginning, there was only chaos, an empty void, but somehow this enormous nothingness, this nothing was like, that's the sound of things being created. That'll change throughout. Gave birth to Gaia. It was like, here's nothing, here's something. Gaia, which was the earth. Bing, bang, boom. You know, people say that, the Bible's real big on the Immaculate Birth. Hold up. Let me introduce you to the Greeks. Gaia, without any help, gave birth to Uranus. But, well, there's different versions. Some people say Uranus just was like poof and came into being just like Gaia. And others say Gaia, and there was Uranus. Without any help. Like I said, sound of creation. Anyway, so Uranus, which was the sky, the starry sky, and Uranus became Gaia's mate and equal, and they love each other so much that Uranus wrapped himself around Gaia, because the sky encircles the earth. How very practical, these Greeks. So very practical. So Gaia was like, oh, I love you. Uranus was like, oh, I love you back. And so Uranus went, oh, and gave her like the best hug ever, forever. Sort of. Wait, there's more. And so he covered her on all sides, and sky and earth produced the 12 Titans. Dun, dun, dun. So there were 3 Cyclops, one-eyed boogers, blah. And then there was 3, bear with me now, Hecatoncheires. Hecatoncheires. Anyway, these boogers, hold on, let me tell you real quick. They had, straight up, 50 heads. 50 heads. And, wait for it, 100 arms on these weirdos. Like, straight up. 50 heads, 100 arms. Nowhere, all dressed up, nowhere to go. I don't know, man. And then, excuse me, Uranus proved to be a huge butthole as a husband and a dad. So, the Hecatoncheires were like, dude, you're a terrible dad. Teenage rebellion. So, he didn't like them either. He was like, yo, you're always laying around the house with your 100 arms and your 50 heads. Like, with that many heads and that many arms, how are you so lazy? And like, he was so mad, he went, get back up in Gaia. So he would like, literally was like, get back in there. And he pushed them in their womb. So he like unbirthed them. So if like creation is like, he went, that's unbirth, uncreation. I don't know. So he was like, no, I don't like you, Hecatoncheires. I'm pushing back up. And Gaia was like, no, that sucks. I hate you, Uranus. You're such a jerk. You never pay child support. But, okay, anyway. So, she made a sickle made of, hold on, flint. A flint sickle. Weirdly specific, but bear with me. And it was like, other children, avenge me. And for like the Hecatoncheires being shoved back up. Anyway, the Titans and the Cyclops were like, no, my dude, have you seen our dad? He's the freaking sky. He'll come crashing down on us like some Chicken Little shiz. Not cool. And so they were like, no! And so only the youngest Titan, the one that was born last, Kronus, was like, bruh, I can take my dad. Because obviously he had some like daddy issues, probably listened to a whole lot of My Chemical Romance, and you know, lots of real emo stuff going on with Kronus, let me tell you. So, salut. Good stuff. So, that night, when Uranus came to bed without Gaia, Gaia wasn't there, Kronus was waiting to sneak up on my dude Uranus and was like, surprise, mother licker! I cut off your ding ding. And so Kronus, after chopping it off, was like, yeet! And tossed his ding ding, his daddy's ding ding, to the ocean. And so, from the ocean, talk about the weirdest god origin story ever, Aphrodite was like, what up? I'm here now. Born from Kronus's, no, not Kronus. Uranus. Uranus's ding ding. Thrown in the ocean. Bunch of sea foam and stuff. Aphrodite. Shazam. Goddess of love. Born from a... Anyway, you get it. I don't have to feed you baby birds. I'm gonna have a drink. You know what? Drink break. Hold on. God bless Saki. Cheers. Anyway. And then Kronus was like, what up, geez? My dad's gone. I'm a boss. And then he married his sister. Because that's a big thing in Greek mythology. He was like, Rhea, you looking real fine. How you doing, girl? So he married his sister Rhea. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. So he was like, Lord, my dude, awesome. And so the Titans were like getting it on, like Donkey Kong. And they had a whole bunch of kids. And then, but Kronus knows what he did to his own dad. So he was like, nah, man, I will not suffer my children to live. So, hold up. This dude eats his freaking kids. He goes, what up, kids? How you doing? Oh, yup. So he goes, because like not only before that, but Gaia and Uranus came up to Kronus, his parents, and were like, yo, you're gonna have a boy one day. And this boy, he gonna mess you up, son. So be aware. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Anyway, and then Rhea, his wife, Kronus' wife, gave birth to the gods and goddesses. So, every time one popped out, he was like, what up, G? Arr. Gone. So, like, he swallowed Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon. As soon as they were born, he was like, hey, how you doing, kids? It's real nice here. Arrgh! And they're like, oh no! But Rhea was mad as heck. So she took the last kid, the 6th kid, who was Zeus, ya boy, lightning throwing Zeus, and was like, he was born, and then she took Zeus to a cave and like hid him away. And so she gave Kronus instead a stone and wrapped it up and was like, this is my baby. And here's my baby, take my baby. And Kronus was like, another baby. But really, he just ate a rock. So Zeus was like a baby living in a cave. And so he grew up with the help of nymphs. But Kronus was getting old while Zeus was getting young and strong and willing to Donkey Kong. You know what I'm saying? So meanwhile, Zeus was getting all this advice and getting awesome and strong, and his cries would like ring out through the world. But the nymphs would like help quiet it. They'd be like, shh, little Zeusy, shh, little Zeusy, calm down. Shh, you don't want your daddy to hear you because he come and eat you. And that would be bad. So, disguised as like a chalice bearer, like a cup person, Zeus walked up to his own daddy, cheers, and was like, here's a cup. And this potion was like poisoned. They called it like an emetic potion. He was like, here, Dad, drink this. And so Kronus drank it and was like, oh my dude, what did you do to me? Blah, blah, blah. And out came all these gods and goddesses, just straight up. Blah, blah, blah. And it was Zeus's brothers and sisters. But here's the straight up weird thing. They were in Kronus's belly for so long that they never got to be kids. They just straight up came out fully formed. They were like, I'm an adult now. What's up? So anyway, and they weren't hurt. And they were like, yo, Zeus, my boy, thanks for helping. Let's mess up Daddy-O over here. And so they, bah, 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 and Kronus was old, and all these gods were like young and strong and ready to mess him up. So they did. And so they beat him up, and they sent Daddy Kronus down to Tartarus and tied him up. And then Zeus set up that rock that was supposedly him at the town of Parnassus and was like, look at this. This is a monument to me kicking my dad's butt. I'm awesome. Zeus power. Chick-chick-cow. So now, the Greek gods sit relatively uncontested on Mount Olympus. Zeus be sitting up on his throne like, salute, cheers to all you guys, and cheers to all you guys. And you know, all his brothers and sisters and children, because Zeus had a lot of children, be hanging out. But anyway, that's relatively more or less the creation story of Greek mythology. To you I say, good day. Cheers.